So this rather charming village is called Jagniątków, Agnetendorf in German, and it's in the Karkonosze mountains. In fact, it's no longer a village because it's now part of Jelenia Góra administratively, but it really is, as can be seen, a village. This is the centre, as far as I can tell. Two bus stops, one on each side of the road, and here we have a building which is the day food shop that was once a hotel. It was called Bears Hotel. It was on both sides of the road, one there and one there, and I know that from old photographs of the area. And this area is also known for the German playwright Gerhart Hauptmann, who's there's a sign for his house. He was very well known in his own lifetime because in 1912, I think it was, he won the Nobel Prize for Literature. He was then 50 years old, and he was a well-known playwright. Lived here. He lived in Breslau, now Wrocław, as well. He didn't really fancy living out here, but he came back here, and he had a villa here, which was even celebrated by postcards in his own lifetime. Had a rather interesting personal life. He got divorced because he had got some other woman pregnant. In fact, he already had a child. He was about 4 years old by the time he divorced his first wife. So he married this other woman who was much younger. Then he found himself a 17-year-old when he himself was 50 or thereabouts, and that 17-year-old had been an actress in one of his plays, which had been put on perhaps in, I can't remember where it was, in Berlin, Dresden, or I think it was Berlin, can't remember now. And he was a pacifist in the First World War, and despite what would have been thought of being sort of opposition to Nazis, or certainly didn't like them, but he stayed here in Germany through the Nazi period. Of course, by that time of his life, he would have been well into his 70s. So it didn't really give him much of an opportunity to move. He died here in 1946, and the authorities here refused to allow him permission to be buried here in his home village where he died. And even though apparently the Soviet military authorities had given permission for it, and so his family had to take his body over the border to Germany, which isn't all that far from here. And I think it'd be nice to think if he could come back now, really, seeing as he's got his own house as a museum. And it's certainly celebrated by the signs, as can be seen here, and signs further down the hill. I've just come here by bike, as can be seen. I'm very proud of this because I came over this mountain thing here from the other side, and it took me about half an hour to get up the mountain, but for somebody of my age I'd have had a great deal of difficulty doing it 30 years ago, and I'm certain I could have done it 30 years ago. Well, maybe I could have done it, but anyway, I did it now, which makes me rather proud of myself. There we have it, a wonderful little village, holiday village, wonderful mountains around here as well. Totally, actually, though I knew of the mountain range, of course, but and I used to come to a place quite close to this many times, but never really come around here before, only in transit, and it's very, very